Welcome back, it's Melanie, She Said Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout, primarily using the brand new Summer Snapshots collection from Simple Stories. The orange paper that you see on the screen, that is from a different Simple Stories collection, but the ice cream paper and then this blue paper are the Summer Snapshots. So for this layout, I am using 3 different pattern papers, kind of challenging myself not to use a white background. And so what I'm doing is I feel like that blue and then having that white background on the ice cream is kind of a good contrast, but I wanted to also bring in kind of I wanted blue, to be quite honest, because my son has a blue shirt on. So I wanted kind of that darker blue in here somewhere. And so I decided just to add, they're only an inch strip to the top and the bottom of the ice cream paper. And that just helped bring in another color, I guess, and a third pattern. Not that I needed more patterns. I think the ice cream would have looked just fine with that orange background. But again, I felt like I needed some blue. Even though it's not the same blue, I kind of wanted a darker color, I guess. So I have these 2 photos. We absolutely love ice cream. I don't know who doesn't, but my kids just get so messy when they have ice cream. So I'm going to be documenting these 2. I'm trying to kind of come up with a title idea. I know I have lots of stickers that say summer, but I wanted another saying that goes with it. And so I'm kind of going through my stash. I have quite a few different bits and pieces, odds and ends, right to my left when I scrapbook. And so I went through, I found actually a kind of a wood grain title sheet from Close to My Heart. And so I am going to use something from there. But while I was looking for a title, I found kind of an aqua film strip pack from 49 and Market, and that is like the perfect color for those ice cream cones. And so I was excited to find that because I had already picked out an orange pack. It has orange, green, and a dark blue film strip. So I had already set that aside and kind of had an idea that I wanted to use those. So when I found the aqua that matched, I was excited. So I double backed the top photo and just once with the French vanilla, the bottom photo. And then I'm going to kind of play around with the film strips right now. I like that aqua one, but then I thought that orange one was maybe a little too large. So I went back into the pack and found these kind of solid ones and decided that would be a good layering piece with that kind of aqua. So I'm just kind of trying to piece it together. You can see this is kind of how the layout's going to go, and then I want to put my title underneath my photos. Initially, I was going to do Sweet Summer, but then having the sweet on the ice cream, I felt like it didn't pop enough. And so instead, I decided to do Summer and Days in the kind of wood grain. And I thought that would show up a lot better. The days especially, that wood grain on the darker color just didn't blend in as much. So I was happy with that title. Ideally, one of these days when I scrapbook ice cream, I'm going to do Sweet Summer or Sweet Summertime, but this layout, it just wasn't, it wasn't it. I just have that title in my head, and I did another layout using this and the ice cream earlier this month with my other son, and I don't think I used it there either. So just piecing this together, this one actually came together really quickly. I think in real time, this layout only took me 20 minutes, which I was kind of actually surprised about. But I felt like the title kind of took care of itself on the bottom. The film strips were a great, layering piece, but then a base for a little cluster. And then I'm just going to add a simple cluster up to the top right as well. And just kind of having those larger pieces like the film strips, I felt like kind of just help piece it and bring it together pretty quickly. So on the sticker sheet, there is a ice cream cone. A sky-high ice cream cone. Never in a million years would I think I would let my children eat that ice cream cone, but I think it's adorable for this layout. So I am kind of going through the rest of the Simple Stories collections that I have kind of gathered with this one, and was trying to find something to go with the ice cream, but instead I went with a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. I have these mini heart flares, and I think I must have had 2 packs at one point, but I thought they were the perfect color and kind of the right size, I think, for underneath that ice cream cone. I didn't want too large of a piece down there, and so that was kind of perfect. For the top right, I did add a smaller film strip going the opposite way, kind of horizontal, and then a fun little sticker. I think it just says memories, and I just thought that was really cute. And again, layered another one of those mini flares underneath kind of that memories flag, I'll call it, I guess. And again, just it came together so quickly. I think when you use pattern papers, I don't think you should over embellish. Now, this is just me. I'm not saying this as a rule, but I think when I guess should say, when I use a bunch of pattern papers, I tend to keep the embellishments on the more simple side. I just don't think it needs too much because I don't want it to get too busy. And so I think that's why this one came together quickly. I did add a couple of phrase stickers up to the top right cluster, and then an orange heart with the ice cream cone there. And then I did scatter another heart on the top cluster and then a heart on the S in days in my title. So that is going to finish off this layout. I will link the Summer Snapshots collection down below if you are interested. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.